Okay, so you have Rose, the ham radio. What other contributions can we make? Can you make as a community?
What's a ham radio?
What is a ham radio?
That's what they had before they had
There.
TV. Oh, really?
They have to have a license to
She
use it.
wasn't born yet.
Okay, do you want to explain what ham radio is and why you've got it?
He's one too.
Oh, okay.
It's a means of communicating when the lights go out and when we can't communicate by telephone. We can communicate by radio with police, fire.
Speak to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
Then you should operate, if
No.
not a ham radio, then one of the little CDs, one of the lesser things that you don't need a license for.
Right. If an earthquake were to happen, your phones would go out, your cell phones, your land phones would go out,
Have communication.
and your cell phones would go out. If you have a land phone, there's a possibility you could call someone out of state. More than likely, if you try to call in state or in Petaluma, there's going to be too many people trying to do that. So each of you should have, especially if you care about other people, you and the people you care about should have a phone outside of California to talk to each other and let each other know what's going on. Okay?
So they know you were all right.
Right, yeah. I have two sons that live in Washington, one in Virginia and one in Washington. So that's who we're going to call. And that's who our daughter in Davis is going to call. So that she can find out that we're okay. But that's a really important thing too. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's not on
They use
that.
the walkie-talkie along with this.
Yes.
For a certain distance.
Do you have a walkie-talkie?
Yeah, as far as
Yeah? Oh, you know more stuff than I do. Okay.
a little bit.
So, walkie-talkie. And I don't know, is that how you spell that? Walkie-talkie. So we have a walkie-talkie in here?
Yeah. So if you have somebody with a ham radio and a walkie-talkie, another walkie-talkie can talk to the guy with the radio, this and the radio,
Right.
and transmit it to the EOC headquarters.
Right. Absolutely.
Messages go out for help and stuff.
Yeah. So, Buzz works where?
I'm over at Casa Grande.
And Aaron works?
Here.
Here. So, if the two of you had access to ham radios, you could talk to each other,
Right.
which would be very important.
Yeah.
You have a ham radio operator?
No.
Very good. Oh, we have an expert here. And also getting walkie-talkies would be great too. Okay, we have anybody that has any medical experience in this group?
There's somebody in the office.
First aid and CPR? Okay. And you can also do trainings, yes?
Yeah.
You haven't yet? But, yeah, but you could do trainings here. You could do CERT trainings. I don't want to butt in here. And COPE. COPE parties. The most important thing, I think, is to make disaster preparedness fun and let people know that you care. And did you have your hand up? Or you're just scratching? Oh, okay. So it's really important to throw parties. And this COPE thing, you use a really nice 20-minute thing or an hour thing, and you can sit around and watch it and eat guacamole and whatever. Chocolate. You'd have lots of chocolate. And just throw parties, and just remind yourselves every time the time changes. Go, oh, how are we doing? You know, get together. You could form a committee. What do you think? committee?
Yes.
Would anybody participate in the committee?
Sure.
Could I see a raise of hands? Okay, all right, good. Okay. A DP, for VP, you could call it something else. But let's call it DP or VP committee. I'm going to start writing. Hard for me to print. What else do you have here?
We had Bill Hammerman's merit group too.
Right.
The emergency response team.
Right.
That he works with neighborhoods.
Right. Yeah, you have a tremendous amount of resources in this county. Bill Hammerman and Bill Paxton are what?
They work hard.
Yeah, they're great. Okay. And Bill and Paxton. What else do you have here?
Translators.
Cool.
Good point.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, okay. What else do you got?
We have a barbecue.
I was hoping you would hit that. Yeah.
That's a little tent. And we have tables and everything out there, so
Yeah.
all we need is to have a radio. We need to bring down food that's gonna be in the refrigerator that's not working.
Right. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of food available to you
Yeah.
coming out of the
We do a
freezer.
lot of barbecuing, we can all check in down here.
Right. Yeah. It could be great fun. What? Okay, table?
In your nightgown.
Barbecues, table. Do you have a radio? A nightcap? Yeah, you should have a cart full of booze. And other illegal things. No, strike that.
An easel with paper and pen would be good.
Okay. You have that?
Is that, did you bring that yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure we could probably round one up.
What's that?
An easel with paper and pen?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it's
that-
easier to put where people are and other important details on something like that where people can
See,
look at that and then they don't have to bother another person.
Right. Perfect. Perfect. Yes.
well, the committee should have somebody who goes around with walkie-talkies and checks every single place if they can.
Right. Now,
So the first thing you have to make sure is you can get there safely and back.
the wonderful thing about disaster preparedness is you don't have to invent anything. One, you know everything, and two, you don't have to invent it because it's already there. And the co-program is really neat because it has that. It has the neighborhood team census for address, knowledge and skills, pets. How many people have pets? Can you have pets here? Yeah. So that's, you should have a pet committee, possibly, to make sure that the pets have food. Because people will sometimes not leave because of their pets. So make sure you have that. There's shut-off locations. See, everything's already done. That's the scary thing about all that. How about, do you want anyone to know your medications? Or you want, if you want that to be private, you can do something that's called a vial of life, which means you just put it in your refrigerator. So that's something the committee could work on. How do you want to know what medications people need, or if someone's a diabetic, how are you going to keep yourself informed of that? How are you going to protect each other who have special needs? Okay? So we could call that a census. You take a census of the group. Anything else?
You need a first aid kit in your packet that you take. with
Right.
you.
Right. Okay. So, you want a communal kits?
No, you should have an individual one that you're going to take, in your.
Okay. Individual go kits. That's what. So yeah. So if everybody had their individual go kits, that would be so good. After the last presentation at Casa Grande Center, someone called me up and asked me where they get water. So these crazy things, how many people have cars? Okay. So how many people have water and food in their cars?
I have water.
Yeah. So this is great to have in your car, and it's also great to have in your go-kits too. And they last for 5 years. These are new for me because I had to throw away my last batch expired July 2010. So anyway, you can get this at Quake Care, Quake with a K-A-R-E.com. And that's $1.12, I think it costs for a packet of 3.
Any other outlets? Some of us don't have PCs.
Well, you can either use your friend's PC, they can order for you, or most supply stores like REI and those, I think have these. That's where I picked up my food. I have Oriental style chicken. As a matter of fact, this stuff is getting too old. Chocolate fudge mousse for the chocolate people. Vegetable lasagna. Garden green peas. Macaroni and cheese. Granola. My granola is, you could have this one because it's expired. I can give this away as a prize.
You get that at the CVS in the fishing area, fishing pole area for baits and stuff like that, for
Right.
camping and all that kind of stuff, or at Big Five.
Right. Yeah. They have, every once in a while I get stuff because I give talks. And this is a self-heating meal. I don't know if I even want to eat it. But
Explain that.
Yeah. Oh,
Self-heating.
yeah.
You mix chemicals with water.
Shake it and it gets all hot.
Open flap on right side. We have time for
Or
this.
water.
Insert unopened meal inside food heater bag. So evidently it's a heater bag. You put it in. Open water pouch, and you pour water, I guess water in the heater bag, and then it'll heat the thing. It's kind of cool.
They work.
Yeah. Besides your cards, in your little pack, you should get these things too. They're very hard, but and they probably taste like, I don't know.
I don't know what they
What
are.
are they?
They're emergency food rations, so this will last me 2 or 3 days.
K-ration.
Yeah, something like that.
Ew, I was in the army.
Yeah. Probably not going to taste good, but if it's in a disaster,
Yeah,
I'll be eating it.
right.
If you're hungry enough, you'll eat it.
Yeah, Charlie Chaplin. Did you ever see the movie where he's in the snow and was how he dealt with a shoe? And he twirled the strings like spaghetti. Remember that? Here's cool. Oh, and this is a wonderful thing to have in your car too, and in your home. And that's an emergency blanket. And they're pretty inexpensive too. Yeah, very warm. So yeah, if you're under stress, you want to be warm. So yeah, make sure you have a blanket.
Where do you get those?
Big Five?
Big Five.
Yeah, same place. And Quick Care. I got this through Quick Care. Oh, for the committee, you're going to want to. I got this through Quick Care too, and it was pretty inexpensive. Most of the stuff at Quick Care is pretty inexpensive. Yeah. So you want, because some of you might be underneath something, and you want crowbars around so to get you off. He's going to help you, and he will. Yeah. Here you mentioned the need for paper and pen and Sharpies and stuff like that. If people and Katrina had Sharpies, they could have written their name, and the TV cameras and helicopters could have seen their name, but they didn't. So this is a very handy little device that you might want to keep. Uh-oh. Your date here?
Yep.
Okay. I'm offended, but...
Get your